Good morning, church family. It's World AIDS Day again. How good it is to be with you today. Each year since 1988, the world community has commemorated World AIDS Day on or around December the 1st. Over 38 million people are living with the virus today, including 2 million children under age 15. 75 million people have been infected with HIV/AIDS, and 32 million have died. To put that into perspective, coronavirus that has decimated businesses, overloaded healthcare systems, and forced new rules about wearing face masks and social distancing has killed only 5% as many people as HIV/AIDS. That's why, brothers and sisters, it's so important for us to take this time to become aware about HIV/AIDS, to encourage progress in prevention, treatment, and care, and to remember those who have died. COVID-19 is threatening the progress that the world has made in healthcare over the past 20 years, including the gains we have made against HIV. Like all epidemics, COVID is widening the inequalities that already existed: gender inequality, racial inequality, social and economic inequalities, and certainly inequalities in healthcare. We are becoming a more unequal world. We must end the social injustices that put people at risk of contracting HIV, and we must fight for the right for healthcare for all. The AIDS epidemic is a test of how deeply we believe in the tenderness of God and the teachings of Jesus, how strong is our forgiveness, how rich is our compassion, and how far our love reaches out to overcome the stigma of healthcare discrimination, the stigma of mental illness for that matter, and discrimination against persons with HIV/AIDS. The United Methodist Book of Resolutions advocates the full involvement of the church at all levels to be in ministry with and fully respond to the needs of persons, families, and communities whose lives have been affected by HIV/AIDS. There is good news to share. Jesus is still at work in our world, healing the sick, welcoming the stranger, binding up the broken, and raising the dead, giving people a second chance at life. Christ calls us to participate in this redeeming, reconciling ministry, offering ourselves in love and service to others, as Christ gave his own life for the world that God so loves. The church is doing things to help these people. Since 2004, the United Methodist Global AIDS Committee has planned worship services, conferences, webinars, and annual HIV/AIDS healing weekends. You can find out more about this by contacting Linda Bales-Todd, Global AIDS Committee Consultant, whose email address is in the printed and online bulletin. What can you do? Begin by just asking yourself, am I careful not to further stigmatize people with HIV/AIDS? How do I join Jesus Christ in bringing healing, love, and peace to our world, and particularly to those infected with or affected by HIV/AIDS? Well, you could pray for those people. You may remember my friend Joey, who was our World AIDS Day speaker one year. He told us about his friend Jimmy, who died of AIDS on World AIDS Day, the 5th World AIDS Day. Joey spoke of the impact AIDS can have on family, friends, and community, and how he was personally affected by losing a loved one. Ensure you treat everyone living with HIV fairly and with respect and understanding. Yes, you can hug someone who is HIV positive. No, that person is not contagious to you unless you share bodily fluids. You can sit safely next to them at a meal or at work. If someone you're speaking with says something negative or derogatory about a person with HIV/AIDS, speak up. Jesus wouldn't talk that way. Fear and disrespect are character defects. Love, tolerance of others should be our code. Patience, tolerance, understanding, and love are spiritual principles that we should be living by. Something else you could do is become an AIDS ambassador and a member of the UMC AIDS Network. The link for this is in the online and printed bulletin. Through the United Methodist Committee on Relief, UMCOR, you could support one or more of the HIV/AIDS initiatives, which are printed in the bulletin with links, for orphans who have lost their parents due to HIV/AIDS in Kenya, Tanzania, Mozambique, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. For children's education in Mozambique, Haiti, and South Africa. You could help combat HIV/AIDS globally through prevention and education. Remember, every cent of your donation to UMCOR, 100%, goes strictly to providing services. None of it goes to administrative costs, which are borne by the UMC One Great Hour of Sharing, which is observed on the fourth Sunday of Lent. Compare that to only 89.8% of donations to the Red Cross that go to providing services. The rest is lost to fundraising and administrative expenses, etc., according to charitynavigator.org. More interesting information can be found at Advocating for Justice link in the printed and online bulletin. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. While I was preparing this message, I spoke with my friend Scott, who used to go to this church before he moved to Nashville. You may remember the year we did the 12 Days of Christmas as the Sunday school pageant. Scott was the leader of our 10 Lords a-Leaping. I'm pleased to let you know that he is happily married and he has been HIV positive for 30 years. Scott felt blessed by the welcome he received from you in this church. May God bless you and keep you healthy, and have a wonderful Christmas.